Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. Just working out with my kid, as we do in our chairs. Well, while we're at it, why don't we give you a little bit of a gym tour? I'm Runner,
I'm Son.
and we are Runner and Son. Welcome to the basement gym tour. So this is our basement, and we have about half of a room that's sectioned off into basement gym. So it ends up being about 20 feet by 20 feet, and we have a lot of equipment in here. So I'm going to show you some of the things that we use to work out down here, some of the equipment I've gotten over the years. We have a full set of free weights here, from our little 5-pounders all the way up to 60 pounds. We have kettlebells from 20 to 45-pound adjustable bell there. These are really nice. You can do all sorts of different exercises with these free weights. I would suggest to somebody who is looking into doing some strength training, buy a decent set of free weights. There's so much you can do with it. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You can get them on Craigslist, etc. So moving over here, we have some accessories for the functional trainer that we'll talk about in a little bit. We have some bands too. So these bands are nice. You can put them on your legs and do farmer's carries, things like that. Add some more resistance, and it really helps to get those joints, get some strength work into those joints. Side to side, front to back with the farmer's carry, that's really great. Going over here, we have a couple of yoga mats. So I really love to build into my strength training some core workout. That includes Pilates, includes yoga, includes things like that, and also some HIIT workouts that we do that we have the mats on as well. So what we have here is a cabinet with some of our running equipment. I got my poles, and you can see it's overflowing. We have our packs in here. We have some nutrition. I'm trying some honey stingers right now. And we have just some boxes with bottles, headlamps, and some of our winter running gear in there as well. As you can see, it's getting full. I think with Alex getting into this sport as well, we're gonna have to expand the gear cabinet a little bit. That's all right. We have some fresh spray in case we're all doing a HIIT workout down here. Comes in handy. And speaking of that, we have a TV on the wall. It was a $100 TV, works great. We use it for Pilates, we use it for HIIT workouts. We can just play things down here and work together as a family. So that's another thing about these free weights is all the different, variety of weights. When we do like a HIIT workout together, we can all choose weights that really work for us, that work for our strength that we're at, our skill level that we're at, and all get a good workout. So another thing we have on the wall here are some charts, cable workouts, dumbbell workouts. We can write our weights on there too to sort of chart where we're at and know where we can, start our next exercises. So the next thing I wanted to show you was the functional trainer. It's sort of the centerpiece of the room, takes up a lot of the room, and really is something that I spend a lot of time on. So just take a little bit of a tour of this. This is a Rep Aries 2.0. It's a very nice machine, probably sort of mid-level. It's not cheap. If you really get into strength training though, it's something I would recommend taking a look at. You can try them out in a gym, try their cable machines. What's nice about a cable machine is it really isolates the exercise. And so instead of, you think about if you're doing a bench press, you're holding the weights, trying to hold them in many different directions with your joints. And instead of sort of doing the same motion on here, where you're just doing that single push motion, The other thing is it's pretty safe. So once again, if I'm using that dumbbell example, you're using a dumbbell chest press and you have to ditch your weights because you're going to failure, that can be a little bit dangerous sometimes, especially if you're not experienced with how to do that. So everybody can use this thing. We've shown our kids some different things they can do on it. We also have a nice pull-up bar here. It's got a bunch of different grab handles that you can use. It's only about 6 inches from the ceiling, so it's a little bit tricky to use, but I can use it. And actually Calvin, my son, is sort of our reigning champion for pull-ups. He's done, I think 9 is his current record. And let me tell you, that doesn't sound like much, but as an adult, 9 pull-ups is a lot. One thing I forgot to show you over here as well is the jump rope. So my daughter, Amity, is the jump rope champion. One other exercise that's like the pull-ups, if you're an adult trying to jump rope or do pull-ups, it is a very humbling experience, let me tell you, but definitely try it out. So if you come in here, we got a couple other accessories. We have 2 different bars, smaller bars that we can use, sort of an easy curl bar there and a straight bar. We got weights on the side on the weight horns. We have strap safeties. These attach across the power cage if you're doing some heavier work with the bar in there, squats, bench press, things like that. The strap safeties will stop the bar from crashing into your chest or your neck if you lose it, if you drop the bar. So critical piece of equipment. We also have this rope pull. I really like this as well. This is great for sort of face pulls or tricep exercises, things like that. And then, of course, our D handles in the front. We got 2 of those. We have a lat pull down bar that's here. I got the wide grip on it right now. This I love to do. This is just incredible back workout. You can really load some weight onto there and get a great workout. It also has a low row as well. That's also a great back and core exercise too. So the weight stacks are pretty big. I don't think I'm going to max them out, and you can actually get additional weight to stack on there, which I don't think I'm going to need, but we'll see. So if we come around this side, we have 2 bars. We have an easy curl and just sort of a regular straight bar. The easy curl is pretty nice because it's compact. And so for a smaller gym space like this, it's nice to be able to maneuver this thing around than have like an Olympic sized bar. So this one's also a little bit shorter, straight bar, just because of the space constraints we have in here, the roof height, all the equipment we have. Alex uses this quite a bit. I've started using this a lot more with some squats and deadlifts, RDLs, lunges, things like that. So there's a lot that you can do with the bar. And I guess just in general, having all this equipment is really nice because A, you feel like you have it and you see it and it makes you want to use it because you've made this investment. But B, it gives you just a whole variety of different things you can do. And it keeps your workouts interesting. You can change up different muscle groups. I'm going to use the cable today. I'm going to use free weights tomorrow. And so it allows you to do all sorts of different things. So as a runner, what kind of exercises should we focus on? So I think there's a lot of different things that we can do, and I think we might get into that further in the next episode. But just looking at some of this equipment here, like I said, you really want to focus on calves, Achilles, your joint strength, like that farmer carry, posterior chain, core, hamstrings, quads. So there's a lot of different exercises you can do with that. And you can use a lot of this equipment to do that. So we'll get into those more specific exercises later, but for instance, you can take the kettlebells and do kettlebell swings. That's a great one, real simple. You can do sort of an around the world figure 8. That's another great kettlebell. And then you can use the bar, like I said, for any of this equipment you can use for squats, deadlifts, RDLs. That's all great. So One other thing I got to mention is our lovely plant Bob here, which lets us know that it's not always winter everywhere. And one final thing is the flooring. So the flooring is interesting. It's a 3/4 inch thick rubber. It's called a horse stall mat, actually. It's made for barn use. And you can buy these at any sort of Fleet Farm, supply store, things like that. So I'll link down to that as well. They're nice because they're about $50 a piece, 4 by 6 foot, I believe, and they're much cheaper than actual gym floor, even though they really work and do the same purpose. So, anyways, that's about all in the tour, and I just wanted to say thanks for joining me, and glad you could take a look around with us. Well, thanks for joining us for the gym tour. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some ideas about some exercises, some equipment that would help you in your running journey and your strength journey as well. So please, I'd love to hear some comments. Like, subscribe, comment below. We are certainly amateurs. I've only been working out for about 2 years, and I learned most of it on YouTube. So definitely have a lot to learn myself, and would love to hear some comments about some ideas that other people might have to help us in our journey as well. So the reason we're doing this gym tour and some of the strength training, I think we might do like a strength video in the future as well, just go through some of those exercises, is that we're really trying to stay fit through the winter months when it's pretty rough out. And we're trying to stay fit in order to support our big goals. So when I first started running, I did not have the muscles built up around my joints, and I ended up having a lot of knee injuries right away, and then an Achilles injury that knocked me out for almost 6 months, and then another knee injury. So I've found, through strength training that I have really been able to reduce that and stay on the road even longer. So, Alex, I know strength training is going to help you support your big goal too. And what's your big goal for 2026?
I'm running a marathon this summer in August.
All right, he's running the Underdown Trail Marathon. And I am going to be running my first 100 miler starting in June. So that is the Kettle 100. And so next episode, we'll talk a little bit about how we're going to train up for those races, and then the races themselves. What makes them different, what makes them interesting. Maybe just talk a little bit about where we are physically right now. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling that I can run 10 miles okay. 15 would be tough.
A little bit of a stretch. So we got some work to do. That's where the strength comes in, but we'll also sort of bring you along with what our races look like and the training plans we have to get there. So like I said before, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thank you for joining us.